and the moon hits your eye. Hey, it's you! Come on, Nate, it's good to see you.
We have a classic aftershave for a classic singer from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Polite.
And this is Elaine Stritch from Company on Broadway. And together we are the Barbershop Duet. Hey, it's good to see you. We're glad you came.
Thanks for joining.
It is classic aftershave month here on the Barbershop Duet. And one of the soaps that actually inspired classic aftershave month is this one from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, because it was worn by a classic and beloved singer from back in the day. But first, what do we got for our mentions?
Yes, one of our new friends from the shaving world sent us this fun package of something he made for us.
This is from Philip Sharp, y'all. If you're here in the live chat right now, and you should be, he's usually there with us on Saturday mornings, and he has a 3D printer, and he started making his own 3D printed bowls, y'all.
Yes.
And he knows how big a fan we are of 3D printed bowls. So
we got a package in the mail, and he paid extra to get it here today so we could film it for you.
Oh, I'm so this feels like it might have more than one bowl in it.
What did you do?
What'd you do, buddy? Okay, so here we go.
Okay, bust it open. Oh, what do you see, lady? Oh.
Wow.
Oh, this is serious.
Look what greeted me, y'all.
Look at the divots on the inside.
Look at the inside. Let's see. You do that one.
Oh, there really are two, are there? What's
Look
going
at
on?
that.
Oh.
And it's got, look at that. It's got his little logo right there. Because he's Philip Sharp, so I think he's the sharpest shaver, right?
I
Look
mean,
at
come on.
that.
Okay, my turn. Look at this one.
Oh, love this.
Look at this one's indented.
You got the logo on the bowl. Look at this.
Wow.
Y'all.
It's so fun to see how you're creating these, Philip.
These are
insane.
exceptional, and I love the angle. I love that this sits flat, and then it just goes straight up. It's
and
not like a
even
a
my
curve.
little hands can reach the whole way around.
Whoa, and look at the little dots, y'all.
There was thought put into this,
we are going to
my
have
friend.
to have a Roshan contest to see who gets to lather in today's episode.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Thank
These are
you so
awesome.
much. We love these. I mean, it's lovely to get a new lather bowl, but when somebody that you know actually made it for you.
I know, but maybe it's
so
you know?
special. Yo,
when we see it in our den, we'll just be like, oh,
these are going to get a very special spot in our den. And we don't keep our bowls next to each other, but I wonder if they stack.
Oh, actually. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, they do. Look at that. Oh, but we keep them on our own sizes.
Like it's got that fun sheen to it.
Look how the label is like built into the bowl.
I don't understand
See,
how
it
the
doesn't
whole
stick
3D
out.
printing
It's like
works, but this
indented.
is impressive.
Dude.
These are fun to see your stages, man.
Beautiful
I'm impressed.
work. And I love this color. I think this one needs to be mine.
Do you? Okay. He's now claimed copper is your color.
Oh,
wow, I can't wait to break these in.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you, Philip. This was just overly kind of you.
I know.
Oh,
I can't believe
beautiful.
people want to send us things. I feel so
know.
honored.
And what is the soap we're going to be putting into these fantastic lather bowls?
The soap today is Black Shroud.
From Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, and we have it on good authority that this is the one cologne that Dean Martin wore exclusively. Had nothing to do with the fact that he owned part of the company.
Not at all.
But we are so excited to experience this one because, boy, is this legendary. Let's meet the soap. All right, so this is from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Never before has such a scent so classic been dropped. An homage to three greats, Vintage Wood Hue by Faberge.
There you go.
And Dean Martin, and even Weird Al gets a tip of the hat. Okay. Rather than explain the last one, I'll just leave it for the geeks to get. Now we're going to have to go
I'm not as geeky as you get, but I'll have to dive into my Weird Al catalog of cassette tapes to see what that homage was.
Yeah.
Do it for Dino. If you didn't know, Wood Hue was the only fragrance Dean Martin would ever wear. One whiff of this juice, and you'll understand immediately why. It is said that this was also a favorite of Cary Grant's, if that tells you anything.
Interesting.
So maybe before Green Irish Tea came along, right? He
Yes,
wore this.
interesting.
Wood Hue for victory. What do we got?
Originally released in 1938,
Oh, wow.
this is the scent American soldiers were coming back to.
Nice.
Where Aqua Velva reminded reminded them of war and duty.
Right.
Wood hue was the scent of pure victory.
That's awesome, because we just shot Sacre Bleu,
did.
which was an homage to the original
Oddly
Aqua Velva.
connected.
And we read a lot about how it was connected to the service and that experience. And
that time
so
frame.
this is what they would come home to. That's really cool.
That's
I'm glad we
awesome.
did them in this order.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
That said, this accord holds up, which isn't always the case with some of the other popular scents of that time. But I'll be damned if Dino's Splash doesn't still kick. Well, you know what I mean.
Right. It is a total honor to revive this wonder for the ages and reintroduce it to those who missed it the first time around. I highly recommend going to YouTube right now and listening to Dean Martin's Sway.
Oh, I like that
Next, watch his live version of Mambo Italiano.
What?
Sway is pretty much the musical interpretation of this fragrance, where his prowess and presence in the live performance are the physical interpretation of Black Shroud. Where words fail, these tunes truly convey the beauty and cocksuredness of this fragrance, perfect for nighttime wear or anytime wear this fall and winter.
Like Dino, Black Shroud projects sophistication and confidence, a playful sense of being in your element and enjoying it. Okay.
So, y'all, seriously, how are we supposed to take on Classic Aftershave Month without this one, y'all? In fact, we even did a small dive into what cologne Sinatra wore, just in case we wanted
just
to
to double check,
round things out. My dad once, I don't know if you know this, came screaming from the other room for me to come in and watch something. This is long before YouTube, when you could watch things whenever you wanted. And it was a clip from the old Jerry Lewis telethon of Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis reconciling for the first time in like over a decade, because they were a giant comedy team. They made a lot of movies and stuff, and they had a falling out. So there was a very famous night on live TV where Sinatra came out. They introduced him as like the chairman of the board, Frank Sinatra. And he said, "There's a little somebody I have backstage who'd like to say hello." And Dean Martin comes out.
Wow.
And,
in front of everyone.
Right. And, you know, my dad generally didn't call me in to see things, but I knew in his voice this was
something
important. And as a kid, you don't really understand what you're watching.
Right.
But you were glad you saw it, because it kind of puts a bookmark in there. And then years later, when you learn about the feud and you watch some of the movies, you're like, that's when they came back together. And they had, I mean, secretly, they had kind of seen each other a couple of times over the years, but they hadn't really like hung out or anything at all. So this really was one of the first times they were like seeing each other. And I think definitely the first time they gave each other a hug in over like 10 years. And it's a really sweet thing to watch now that you have YouTube. So it would be cool to put Sinatra's cologne with this one and kind of see what they would smell like together.
They're little friends.
And if Jerry Lewis wore one, I don't think I'd want to know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
And, wow, I am so excited. Let's unbox this thing. This is her native habitat.
Yes, this is
when I
the
hold it
perch
like this.
right here. You gonna help?
All right, let's unbox this.
Okay.
I think I got the splash.
Oh, well, we're gonna find out real quick. Are you gonna watch too? Okay.
This is how they come from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
There's a few in here, so watch where you're peeking.
Ooh, yeah. If you see First Night on Planet Earth, you didn't see that. That's for an upcoming episode.
That's for a different day. Oh, the first one I touched. Let's see.
Hey,
that is a label.
And it's been out for years and years, so I don't think we got the hell label. But I'm excited. Look at that.
3D.
In
is it 'cause it's 3 of them?
And he's flashing the audience.
Is that what's happening?
And they're wearing 3D glasses.
Wow, and then there's like a whole solar system with the cube. What's happening?
This is telling a story, y'all. I'm excited. Oh, and then we got the special
It's a 50-50 chance.
paper.
If I get the right splash open. Let's see. Okay. Oh, man.
She's not attached at all.
No, she doesn't love her daddy at all. Okay, ready? Let's see.
Oh, here it is.
There is a little color to this.
Is there? Ooh!
It has a little color.
Lovely color.
Look at that. And then, of course, you got to do. You're limited here. Huh.
And let's do perfect. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited to flash back to Dean Martin. Let's have a first impression. Okay, here we go.
No more stalling. Just give her a whiff. See what you got. He's contemplating.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It doesn't have any of the heft that some of the traditional aftershaves do.
Okay.
It's lighter, but it's still spicy and beautiful.
Does it have a little cologne vibe? Or is it more of that classic aftershave?
Not at first.
Okay.
No, I get more natural things from it.
Interesting.
Whoa. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
You take this in.
You think? I was trying to ask you more questions, but I gotta get to it, I guess.
Whoa.
Ooh, look at that pores. Yo, color.
I was just raised on Avon colognes and perfumes. So this is so different. Isn't it elegant?
Yes, but again, I feel like I have smelled something similar.
Oh, now your grandpa might have had this on the cabinet. He really might have.
He may have. Again, it's not exactly this, so maybe what would mix on the skin or something kind of would have changed it.
Whoa.
Or
it's a little bit lighter of a scent, but it's a super masculine one, and I'm not sure how they're doing that.
Right, and it's funny because I feel like my grandma had something that was like the feminine version of this in a lotion.
Sometimes they did.
Maybe
they would have a male version and a female version.
Ooh. I don't know, or I'm just in a time warp here.
Wow.
But yes, it is more of a natural thing.
Right.
And I almost get like a stone kind of vibe.
Yes. So y'all, for me growing up with the Avon colognes in the family and having smelled a few of these aftershaves, some of the originals now have a syrupy sweetness to them. Like if you actually smell by Old Spice, the Old Spice cologne, there's a syrupy sweetness to them that's lovely, that I like. But this is the other end of that spectrum. So nothing syrupy sweet in this. Anything sweet is just subtly dry and there because it's in the herb. It's there because it's in the grass. It's there because it's in whatever the floral is in this that's brightening it up just a little. But none of it gets so bright that you'd have to put on sunglasses.
I agree.
It all stays in the middle / darker, more dapper, more mysterious sort of side of it.
Those are great words, yeah. I get like a, I don't know, like the look, like what obsidian looks like.
Ooh, like just black and
But it's funny, I didn't even realize because black Shroud. Right.
Yes.
But I was thinking, like, I get that. It doesn't have a smell. I don't know why my brain's giving me this, but I get that vibe of like that sleek, like stony kind of a smell.
Yes. And having worked in theater my whole life, I have a few friends who have met some unbelievably famous people, like Dino level famous. And one thing they say is that they smelled amazing and they can't even describe it. So I totally get it.
That could be their signature scent.
This scent is on that level. When you smell this, it's not like, oh, this isn't something that you just kind of mash together.
But it has a fun personality.
No. Right.
It's not something that you really get streamlined from other things.
And the word prestigious is just kind of coming at me. When you smell this, it's just like, whoa, this is something special that you're about to experience.
Okay, so some of the classic aftershaves we've smelled so far are definitely more like the mainstream kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I feel like this one might be that next tier. Like if your price point was a little bit more, I think this might fit. I mean, I have no idea if that's legit or not.
Because some of the aftershaves we're covering are literally 50 cents when they were sold, right? This one isn't. This one's more of a cologne house, right?
Or more of that elite demographic could afford a better quality something. That might be what we're getting from here.
Right.
Because it does have that energy to it.
Yes. Less of like an aftershave on the corner store and more like a nice cologne at a department store.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. That's what I'm getting from here.
And I love that it's not that the intensity of it is there, but it's not meant to be overpowering. It's almost like Dino was the one who was the star. So this cologne is not meant to like move in and define you. It's just meant to support you.
Or like help amplify.
Right. Because this isn't something that I would like pick out as its own character. This is almost like a beautiful light scent that's in search of a character to bind with. So I get how this would be a signature scent. Also, I totally get how this would smell a little different on some different body chemistries, as Douglas often suggests.
I kind of think of that too.
Let's build a little lather and put this on you. So this is our new bowl if you are just tuning in from Philip Sharp. Wow, I love how that, look at that. Look how that holds the soap. I love how the tiny ridges of a 3D printed bowl hold the other ones we have, it does that
too. Like somehow just every little hair of the brush gets between those little ridges. And it really helps with the lather.
And I like that the angle from the bottom to the sides is a 90-degree angle.
It is,
I like that.
less of like an actual rounded bowl.
Yeah, it kind of makes me feel like the brush will do better in it for some reason.
Yeah, I'm super curious. Let's see.
Got an edge to it, right?
It does, but I can feel the brush. Yeah, that's immediate. Like, just happy little bowl here.
Philip, look at that. Did you design this yourself? Because I've never seen the bottom of a bowl look like this before.
I know. Some of the other people that do 3D printed stuff talk about sharing things.
That's the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
This one actually shows up better on camera.
And I love how there's a little ring in the middle, because maybe that's where you're supposed to put the soap. Is in that little ring, right?
It's actually really sticking well here.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little thirsty,
but so if you get this cobweb pattern,
and you can see it well in our new bowl,
that's how you know she might be asking for a drink. And as Douglas will tell you, you can put as much water in here as you want.
Okay, but look, it's working great in this bowl, Philip.
It's beautiful.
How awesome.
Thank you, my friend.
Wow, and it's it doesn't hit on the side.
Right.
Sometimes it'll clunk.
Right, it's the perfect height.
It's the perfect height.
The brush isn't hitting the side of the bowl.
Especially for this brush, at least. My, oh my. Okay, give it a try. See how it feels.
I'm excited.
I know.
Oh, I love how my hand fits
it fits. And even my hands aren't the biggest, but I can hold that well.
This is great.
And it's fun. It's a light, because it's 3D printed. It's a light.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like if the circle I can make with my brush isn't quite big enough, then I'm not going to get the kind of lather that I want. This seems like it's the absolute perfect diameter of a circle that I'm making.
And even like you can feel a little resistance from the brush, like, but in a good way, like it's actually making contact.
Wow.
Clearly things happened. No? Yeah? Oh, huh?
This is better.
Oh.
This is better. Okay, so you ready?
Oh, yeah. Right? That blended well.
Way more balanced. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, smell this again compared to that.
Somehow the sweetness, like, really blossomed in this.
I don't think there's a flower in here at all. But there's something that, like, got in the middle that
something's doing that job. There's an herb or there's a wood that's doing that job. Wow. There's not like a powder. This is done with something else. The sweetness is done with something way more mature.
I still get, like, shiny and clean.
Yeah, right. And it's called wood hue. Do you get a wood from this?
Oh, interesting. I kept getting more like a stone kind of thing originally.
Yeah, I get a lovely combination of like a wood and an icy rock.
Yeah, it's a different wood. It's not one that's in, icy rock. Oh. Yeah, but it's not one that is in a lot of other things. I think we like it.
Oh, and you know what? Douglas always does a great job of listing out the scent notes. Why don't we take a look? So these are the scent notes that are going to paint a picture of a gorgeous balance where all of them are equal and nothing is going to jump out as like too much of the star, because everything they're doing in the balance is so perfect and beautiful.
And it's so blended here, like your brain, I think it's going to help us figure out what's in it. I know we don't want to know all the secrets, but I'm curious how this is happening.
And you know what? Hold on a second. Hold this, because this top note has me curious. Hand me that splash.
Oh, I forgot.
The first note is menthol. However, it says, note, this product is not mentholated in feel. All right, and this comes off like this. Oh, hold on. Wait.
No.
Oh. Okay, here we go.
I'm so curious. Watch it be totally different in there. After all of this, and we're like,
sometimes you
never know, because they complement each other. But, maybe. Do we let it dry down?
Wow. It's a little bit sweeter in the splash, and the splash is a cologne. I bring you glad tidings of great joy. Yo. So this, I don't get as much of a classic cologne in this. I get more of a dapper personality, a prestigious sort of comforting smell. But this is more of a super intriguing classic cologne smell.
I would agree.
Oh, even something a little floral. It's just, whoa.
Yeah, because I don't want to say it's like gourmandy sweet, but something that's sweeter and cleaner.
It's not gourmand at all. Get that out of your head.
But it
not
does
even
get
a little.
sweeter. There's something in there.
Wow. Okay, you gotta put some of this on.
All right, I'm gonna pass this back to you since you've got
I'm so glad I got the splash with this.
Yes, I actually forgot. I was just ready to keep going without it.
Wow. And
I guess maybe that is what we're kind of smelling.
This next one, the second scent note. That's what's making this amazing.
Wow. And how did we not know?
Look at the second and third. Okay,
so
y'all,
top notes.
Listen to this. So menthol, but not mentholated in feel, and then mix that with
mint and rose. But it is a different mint.
It's
not a peppermint.
Kidding me?
It is. It's a different.
Maybe a little bit of a spearmint, just something kinder, something a little bit gentler of a mint.
But it's not an obvious mint off that first whiff. I would not have connected that.
I smell how the rose and the mint click together.
They almost meld together.
Ooh,
that part.
Wow. Okay, middle notes. Let's take this down a peg. Ready?
This is the woodsy kind of part. Sandalwood.
Sandalwood.
And amber. I get that now that I read it, but I don't think I was aware of that's what I was getting.
And I love that these two are together because think of the sandalwood as like a deeper, spicier, darker spice. And then the amber as like a lighter, more welcoming one. And then the scent note of just spice. Figured out. We're just going to throw a little spice in
and
there.
then it does say floral.
Floral!
It does. So
Floral,
we were wrong.
but a very particular one. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Hear my face. This is not a crazy masculine floral.
Okay, bottom notes.
Our bottom notes. Vetiver.
This is
to
a more
keep
masculine.
things natural and not gourmand. Vetiver. And then, again, to go with the spice and the floral. Woody. You got a friend and just woody. And then here's a particular wood. Cedar. And then
vanilla.
Just to balance everything out.
And
it really does. That vanilla is so important because that's what keeps it the friendly ice cream parlor feeling for me.
I would agree. And then now we can read this part since we know all this stuff. It's not going to give it away.
Here we go.
A spicy, woody oriental, both complex and lively. This timeless accord, like the original, features a bewitching dry down.
100% bewitching.
From epic amber and creamy sandalwood / vanilla, sliding into a sensuous vetiver / cedar finish. Instant amore, trust me.
And oh, I know it's which bewitching. It's right there.
Right? But that is the perfect way to phrase. I mean, even the ones that he was matching up, we kind of got.
Yeah.
Like, they totally match together.
100%. You know, this might be what Dean Martin should smell like. Let's take this just a little bit deeper. You know, the Rat Pack, if they were all wearing a crazy potent cologne, that stage would probably smell terrible. Right?
That would make sense,
So it makes sense that if these guys are going to be hanging out all night in tuxedos, that you would want something that is going to be on your shoulder, but not in a way where a single scent note is going to jump out to conflict with anything else. You're going to be wanting one of the most beautifully balanced scents I think we've done yet.
You know, it's an all-day kind of a scent.
Yeah.
If you do need to be in a tuxedo, totally works.
Right.
If you're in your normal, dressy suit for the day.
Sure.
But whatever, like, it really does kind of personify a person. You could use it anytime.
Yeah. And you know why this smells a little extra fun to me? There are performances that you do that from very beginning to the very end, they are choreographed, they are directed so that like literally you do identically the same thing every night. There's a fourth wall, they call it, so you don't see the audience.
Right.
You just do your job and you do the show. Then there are some shows where it's like, hey, we're doing a charity night. Hey, we're doing a benefit. Hey, we're doing an evening of music. And it's a little bit more like here's a band on stage and a microphone. And you get to just kind of talk to the audience and introduce yourself and talk to your friends on stage and make snide comments to the piano player because you've known her your whole life. It's kind of that kind of event.
We're hanging out in the living room a little bit vibe.
That event, a beautiful tuxedo cocktail dress evening, but one where you are still talking directly to the singer. He's still talking directly back to you, telling little stories. Nobody's ever sure of what's going to be discussed on stage that night. They just might have a very loose set list of songs they want to do. But if somebody from the audience yells out, "That's Amore," you'll sing that one too. It's that fun, energetic, who knows what's going to happen kind of evening that this smells like for me. Because even though it's a little scary to do that kind of a show, there's such a safety to it because you can always look down at the audience and go, oops, I forgot my line. Let's start over. Would you sing it with me? You can't do that when you're in the middle of a play. But if it's just one of like a Dean Martin concert, those kind of things, where he would just come out and talk to the audience like they were his friend, that's what this smells like to me. And they did used to do that. My mom and dad saw Tony Bennett on their honeymoon. And there was a song where he made them turn off the microphone and he made the band get really quiet and he sang just to the room without it being electrified, right? And just
intimate.
Those little things, that's what this smells like to me. An evening like that. Because it's just comforting, it's fun, it's energetic, it's a little bit unexpected of where it's about to go. But it's going to let you be the star of your day.
And everyone's in that moment with you together. There's something about that honest experience of everyone in this room has experienced this moment together.
It's a gorgeous scent, but it lets you be the star. And I love that because it's going to transform around you to just create that nest for your day. But you're still the one in charge. You're still the personality.
And it's fun smelling this because I almost get like a wintry fall vibe.
Yes.
Like, there is a chill
As Douglas said
somehow.
on the sales page, this is a winter fall
I totally
scent.
get that. I mean, that's our time frame right now, which is perfect.
Right.
But I can see how this can be your scent any time of year, but for our noses to first accustom ourselves to it, this time of year is perfect for us to get a hold of it.
Right. So it's pretty easy. All you have to do is be a young singer, grab a tuxedo and a great band leader. And when you head out, you're going to start making all kinds of wonderful songs. You're going to meet a great partner and you're going to make some spectacular movies. And just about the time the moon in the sky is like a big pizza pie, you just got your own! So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com. Or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful. Black Shroud! I'm wearing it now by coincidence that we're filming this right now. And here's why. I had an interesting talk with Sarah a second ago, didn't I? And we were saying it's like sometimes your brain doesn't know what scent you want. It doesn't. Sometimes it's my gut. My brain will be like, I want something light and soapy. And my gut goes, no, you don't. And I really don't. It's never wrong. And tonight it steered me to Black Shroud. I'm not sure why. I wasn't going anywhere near that direction. But y'all, it just steeped me in something rich and beautiful and just subtle, tiny after wisps of like a baby oil. It is so comforting, that decadent, elegant wood hue scent. I mean, y'all, I think this is such a valued addition to the den because it is such a ginormous amount of standard deviations away from the mean of what I was expecting this to be or anything else that we've got in there. I mean, I can feel its classiness. I can feel its elegance. I can feel its vintageness. I mean, it's very cool. And the lather, all right. Douglas said something the other day that was like, you can't put too much water in it. I've started to test that out. It's classic aftershave month, so there's a lot of Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements soaps that we're doing. So I've been adding more water. I've been adding less water. I've been experimenting, and this thing adapts. If you want a lather that's thinner, but you want it just as slick and sticky on your face, this will do it. If you want it thicker and foamy, it's there for you. Man, I'm just saying, experiment, play with different temperatures, play with different brushes, and it's a great one to do it with.
Welcome to Messages!
Hey folks, so in June, we are going to devote a couple of weeks to personalities and their colognes. So if you're aware of any celebrities who are associated with a famous fragrance, for which there are some shaving soap homages, put them in the comments or send us an email so we can cover them the first week of June. I get it. I get why he would want to buy part of the company. I get why he would wear so much that they stopped making it the day he died. Like,
fun fact.
Totally
Yikes. There you go.
This is absolutely
But if that was his signature scent and he had to keep it going, that, I get it.
And I think this is the era where signature scents were born.
I would agree.
Where they're
this is
coming
a very
from.
signature scent.
Yeah.
And it has that fun personality to it. Like, I don't feel like we've smelled stuff that are the same at all. Like, maybe sort of hints at something that's in here, but it's not.
Is it a little boozy?
I wouldn't say, maybe something on the rocks. It has a little bit of that vibe, I gotta say.
Well, it's perfectly Dean Martin, because maybe some suspect it's a little boozy, but this might tell you it's not.
Maybe.
So who knows? I just love this. And we got to figure out the Weird Al reference
yes,
too
we have to do our research. Unless
maybe before we shoot the How It Shaves, I'll figure out the Weird Al thing. We'll figure that out.
That's some homework for us.
And Philip, we know how long these take to print. Just the fact that you would think of us and you'd want to make these for us really touches us in a deep place. And we just wanted to say thank you and how much we really are going to treasure these.
Knowing they're the first ones that you made and you sent them to us, that just adds that little bit of extra love to them. And every time we see them, we'll be like, oh, thanks,
and you'll
Bella.
see these on the show from now on, that's for sure.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.